What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the Fire Session Podcast. My name is Daisy J. I'm here with my boy Big Ken. We have our two fire friends, my girl Celise, and my boy's back.
What's
It's
up?
back, Canyon. How are you? We missed you.
I miss you guys too, man. I'm doing well, doing good, real good on this side.
Awesome. And Celise, how was your week, hon?
My week was good. It was real busy. It's just been a busy week trying to get back into the swing coming over the holidays.
Yeah.
Things are going in motion for me personally with my little business venture.
I saw that little post.
I'm excited. It's good things, good things.
You better, friend. And Mr. Boston, what's up?
Hey man, I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to see 2021. This big
Yes.
thing's about to be popping again and
Yes.
again.
Sir.
I posted last week on my page
Mm-hmm.
that whatever you did last year ain't good enough.
Mm-mm.
You got to go harder this year. And I really mean that, people. If you want something, don't wait. 2020 taught us a lot. Let's move forward. Let's knock it out. Let's grow. Let's make this thing
Absolutely.
happen.
I mean, humble brag real quick before we get started.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, your girls show, the Daisy J show, is now available on Spotify,
Okay,
and this is
Spotify.
big because y'all know I started over. I had to start over from the
Yes.
bottom. I had to prove myself. So it's getting there. We got one more platform to conquer, which is Apple, and we enter. Oh, I'm on Google and Spotify now. Thank you very much. Okay.
Ooh.
Awesome.
Yes. Okay, y'all. Yeah, I had to pet myself real quick. Okay.
Well, Pat.
So, like, petting hard, girl. Okay. So, today is going to be pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We all can relate. Y'all can relate more than I can these days. But, because let's be clear, I'm the single one and everybody else is married. But today's show is how do you know that it's time for marriage? So, I think this is a dope topic. Can be coming with the fire. So, what's up, Mr. Boston?
Listen, I get asked all the time as somebody who's been married for 20 years, how did you know she was the one? How did you know it was time?
Mm-hmm.
Well, for me, people, I didn't know. I was young. Everything was going so fast. I just made a decision. But luckily for me, I was
Mm-hmm.
one of the many people who were blessed to make that decision and it worked out for me,
Okay.
right? But what we're here today to go through some things to let you hear our own experiences, but also to give you some advice to help you out for those people who are either thinking about getting married, maybe newlyweds, or just looking for advice to make sure that shore up your marriage a little bit.
Right.
Because the things that I have here, a list of things, could also help you if you're already married. So that's what we want to make sure that we do today. By the end of the show, somebody gonna learn something. Somebody gonna figure out some things, and hopefully it doesn't turn. Hopefully it don't turn out bad.
Right.
That you want to.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that you want to go. We don't want to shine the spotlight on something that's not right, but at the same time, maybe it's time for the spotlight to be shown on it. So yeah,
This is true.
you know. But
Right.
we want to start out, since everybody here is married or about to be married. We want to just talk about our personal experiences. Like I said, I'll start this week because, like I said, uh,
Expert.
I'm a marriage expert because I've been married a long time. But
Mm-hmm.
the knowing when it was time, like I'm gonna be
Mm-hmm.
quite honest with you, people. Like I said, like some people out there who can,
Mm-hmm.
who on the same level with me, you know that you really love this person, that you're in love with this person,
Right.
how you feel about this person, but you
Mm-hmm.
didn't go through a sequence of questions and thought processes and a lot of conversation with the other person, especially as young as I was at 20 years old. I didn't know a lot of these things.
Mm-hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's what made me think about this
I'm like,
is that's what made me think about this is okay, kind of what could have helped me then, but what kind of questions do I think that maybe I would have asked if I had a question, if I had a chance to go back, what I'm saying, to the beginning and ask those questions. So that's what was big for me. But like I said, everybody has their own thing. So we'll go with Celeste first, you know what I'm saying?
hey,
Because she always has some interesting stories.
It's
this is true.
crazy.
This is true.
So we'll
Because
start with
my life
Celeste. Yeah.
is so much stranger than fiction. So, This is my second go round in a marriage, and it's my last. It's till death do us part, like for
Amen.
real. Like I'm not playing no games with anybody, and I said it before. You mess with me, you bless with me. Like I made it very, very clear that I've already been there, done that.
Right.
I got married when I was really young. We got pregnant like immediately, and I did ask all the tough questions. He was somebody I will say it wasn't a matter of like me knowing like, oh, I'm ready to get married. It was a matter of like an escape.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost being grown up as a good Christian girl. It was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Like, this is a good Christian man. I didn't have that dynamic of seeing that structure of a positive marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, okay, well, this is what I need to do. Like, obviously, this is it. And then I quickly found out that that was not it. And so I had to make, some moves real quick and get out of that situation.
Right.
And I got out, and I thank God because I mean, he's a wonderful father. I will never take anything away from him as a father. I will not do that. I
Right.
feel like he is a wonderful husband and has great potential for his current wife. He's just not potential for me. And I got a wonderful son out of it, and it's a blessing. And then you go to bam number two. I
Mm-hmm.
think the difference with this marriage is we have a real strong foundation. I've said this in the past. There's like a friendship aspect there to where if he and I argue, it's
Mm-hmm.
like I want to hurry up and get over this. Like, like what can I do? Like we're both kind of like that. It's like, okay, I miss my friend. Like we're trying to be mad at
Right.
each other and we'll forget we mad at each other and be like,
Right.
well, this happened. Well, forget you. I
Oh,
ain't talking to you. I'm still not talking to like
oh,
trying to like that's my dude. And I think
right.
it's really going into it and knowing like I gotta ask these questions, even though they make me uncomfortable. I need to know how you gotta react when I'm not always on. I'm
Mm-hmm.
this super animated person, and I'm loving and I'm bubbly, but then I can be very broody and like, and just horrible and nasty, and an Aries, and can throw a dagger that'll make you want to stab me with it,
Yeah.
and I need to make sure that you can handle that and you don't actually stab me with said dagger.
Right.
So it's just you gotta know going into something. I can't be concerned with how you're gonna react to how I from what I need.
Right.
As long as I'm not asking you for anything like immoral or just like Celeste, what is wrong? I'm showing you how I need to be loved. Now how you want to love me.
Yeah.
I am teaching you how I need to be loved as your woman. Like to get the best out of me. You want the best out of me? Okay, cool. Let me learn you real quick. Learn how to love me. That way we can move on to getting back like true love crap country. All we want to do is get back to the loving anyways.
Hello, somebody.
That's all I'm trying to do is get back to the loving. And that's definitely what we do. That's my dude. And we try to build a dynamic for our sons. I do not want our sons to have an unrealistic view of marriage and
Right.
to know like my parents had a good marriage. Like I know what my parents had. Like there's none of that. Like we leave and okay, we're getting divorced. Nope. Like go. We here. Bye. We
Right.
ready to do this. So
Right. That makes sense.
yeah, dynamics is important. Foundation is important, and conversations are important. You got to have them, even when you don't want to.
Right.
I think you said, hold on, you said something dope though, and I want to go back to it. You said you found the right man for you. I
Yeah,
saw I saw a meme, and we see a lot of memes on social media, and it was funny to me. And I said, they for those of us who pray, you ask God for directly what you want. You got to
Right.
ask him what you want. So when you say, God, send me a good man, you got to say, God, send me a good man for me. If you asking God
absolutely.
for a good woman, you got to say a good woman for you. Like, cause he can send you a good man. He sent Elise a good man, but it wasn't the good man for
For
her.
me, he
Mm-hmm.
was
You see
not.
what
I
I'm saying?
agree.
So you got to be direct with that, and you got to have that thought process of if you connect with this person and it's not the right person for you once you've made the mistake, don't continue to perpetuate it and stay in it. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of people do that. They get in a relationship and they feel like I got kids, I got this, I built this, so I need to stay in it because of these things, but the love is not there.
Right.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the key thing is you want your children, especially if you have children, you want them to see a healthy, loving relationship. And if it's not that, you gotta weigh out, okay, what's more important. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So you might have to, you know what I'm saying, bust a move, and y'all might have to go y'all separate ways in order to make sure the kids are good.
Mm-hmm.
Because at that
Absolutely.
point, you know what I'm saying, your kids are,
Especially being affected
yeah, definitely.
Why limit that person from being the best person they can be?
for
Just
somebody
Exactly.
else.
because,
Yeah.
like when women are like he ain't a good man. Well, girl, we'll pause.
Yeah.
Maybe he just wasn't a good man for you. Like I'm that friend. Like, girl, maybe it don't mean he's a bad dude. Like
Right.
he's not garbage. Y'all just weren't good together.
Right.
Like you have to be real with yourself and stop trying to hold on to people you don't need to hold on to. Let go.
Right.
Let go.
That's what's up. Them petty women, like, I'm gonna make this life
Yeah.
miserable. I can't
I
stand
mean,
it. Every
why?
time I see him, he getting the business.
Oh my
The business.
God.
Put him
I
on
That's
child support.
horrible.
I Jack, tell us about your experience, brother.
Man, well, I'm gonna be honest. I was one of those young people around 25ish when I got married. So of course, I didn't ask those questions. There's things that stood out with like me and my wife was like we a whole lot alike.
Mm-hmm.
And just like Khalees was saying, like that's my homie. So we're able to kick in and have a good time together. And she don't push my buttons on purpose, stuff like that. And we always are quick to make up, like so a lot of that. But I didn't ask any questions. I was like, this is a cool person. She got her head on straight, come from a good family. I don't even think I checked that. She looked good, like you know what
Fine.
I'm saying? That motherfucker fine, you feel me?
Yeah.
But there was a
We
lot
say
of
that all the time about men.
but
Like y'all looking.
but no, I definitely didn't ask any like mature questions like that. We did go through like an extensive marriage counseling training with
Ooh,
Friendship
good.
West, and
Good.
we learned a lot about each other. And at that time, like I think those marriage counselings is made for people to be like, you know what,
Mm-hmm.
we good. I
Yeah.
tried. We
Yeah.
done.
That's their point. That's their
But,
job is to try to
Yeah.
disparage you against it.
it's
Yeah.
like, oh man, got to do this. So, but all in all, 9 years later, we still here.
Mm.
We still great. We've been through our ups and downs, and our storms and stuff like that. But through it all, like the most thing like I love about it, it's never been that feisty challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like that. I don't like that domestic stuff and that loud stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the domestic, and
That's funny.
I'm too crazy for that, man. Like what? Like who you talking to?
I think something that's key that both of you all just pointed out too, and we talk about this all the time, is the friendship aspect
Mm,
before you go deep
So
into a
important.
relationship
all
and a
right.
marriage. Like the friendship is the foundation, people. If that person is not your friend,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be tough
Oh
because there's
yeah,
gonna be times where you're not in love with that person and you're not lovey
That,
dovey, but this person gotta be there for you, and you gotta have that kinship and that friendship. Like you
yeah,
gotta have that. That's the foundation.
that.
So a lot of people go into the relationship, they skip over that. And
yeah.
they
Hmm.
wonder what's missing, and that's a crucial piece of the foundation. And what happens when you don't have good foundation, whatever you building on it is gonna be on shaky ground.
Oh
Right.
It's
yeah.
because people trying to keep stuff happy instead of just being
Real
realistic.
honest.
Exactly.
Like I am
Right.
not. I don't believe in going to any relationship being a person that I can't keep up with. Like
Facts.
if
Fact,
I
yeah.
can't like I told my man it was so funny he broke up. I was like, let me know who you find and how long she can keep up with it. Let me know. I'll be over here. And when he came back, I was like, welcome back. Good to see you. Yeah, where you been? Like so it's just girls can perpetuate and men can perpetuate and act like, oh yeah, but it's like you're gonna get tired of pretending. Like the whole
Yeah.
point of a relationship is so I don't have to pretend. The whole
Be
point
myself.
of like family and friendship is
Mm-hmm.
I can just be me. Like
Mm-hmm.
who I am is just enough. Like I don't there's no extra. It's
Right.
just enough for this person. And it's more than enough for this person or these people or these individuals. That's relationship, good relationships, anyways, should be that way.
This is a good question from Mr. Ernest Drone. He said, "What about time limits and pressure due to longevity?" It's a good. It's a good question.
Yeah.
It's a good question. To me, I
Mm-hmm.
don't care how long or what kind of pressure you're under. If you're not sure, absolutely sure
Don't do it.
don't do it.
Don't
It's
do it.
it's just
Yeah,
it's just
man.
that simple to me because I don't care what other people think. I'm telling you, like we talked about previously on some shows, Mr. Otis and Miss Amy them been together for I don't know how many years, and
Hmm.
they ain't never got married,
Right.
and they get along better than anybody that a lot of these people
Yeah,
ever seen. So
Right.
you have to do what's best for you and your situation.
Fact.
So
absolutely.
everybody thinks this cliche thing where we have to get married, we have to do this. Well, if you're a Christian, maybe, but if you're
Yeah,
not, then that's not your set of circumstances. And
right.
we want to make sure that we not only discuss it, what I'm saying, from a Christian aspect, because
Right.
we everybody on the show is, but we want to make sure we capture it for
Right.
But what
everybody.
is the
Definitely.
pressure? Like, I don't understand when men like you feel pressure. You're a man. What are
Right.
you talking about? You feel pressure. Like, why put this woman in this position? You know, you don't know if you want to be here. I
Yeah.
feel like more, it would be easier. And even if the relationship ended, or
Mhm.
maybe if it didn't, it would be so much better in the long run if men would just be like, you like, I can't promise that this is what I'm going to want to do for the rest of my life.
Right.
Like, and
Right.
and then it puts it back on the woman, and
Yeah.
then she can decide like, oh well crap, am I gonna put up with this, am I not? If the honesty goes hand in hand too, because it's just like, yeah, I love you, we good, we kick it, we
Mhm.
chill, but you're not gonna pressure me into making a lifetime commitment and like children and all this stuff. If you feel like you need to go and you've wasted your time, you need to go.
Right.
But like, I
Yeah.
think men got to be real. So I'll teach my sons, we're not playing
Yeah.
that.
I
Bye.
feel you on that. I'm teaching my son that same way. Like, don't fall into the society pressures of like
Mm-mm.
just because y'all been together long doesn't mean y'all need to be together or married, man. And if
No.
that's the thing, then just let it be. Some people don't want to lose their elusiveness,
Hmm.
like, because now it's like I got this motherfucker. Like,
Right.
instead of like you better act right or no tie. So some people need to be on the eggshells like that, man.
True.
Make
Daisy,
them act right. Let 'em act
Daisy,
right.
Daisy, we know you got something interesting for us.
Go
So
ahead,
talk to
boo.
the people. Talk to the
Stop
people.
I'm
pimping.
divorced. No, I was married before. I did not. I did not ask any questions. It was a dope ass proposal. I said yes. Got into that situation. He was military. I mean, it would have been a good marriage if he wouldn't have lost his mind.
Damn.
Because my ex husband, he was a horrible gift giver, but he was my friend. I can say that. Mainly because I lived in a whole different city than my family. Actually a whole different state. My mom lived in Oklahoma, my sister lived in Atlanta, and I was in Killeen, Texas. So I was by myself, and initially he was too because his family lived in Dallas, so we had to lean on each other. So I think that if we would have had foundation as far as counseling or had other married couples like supporting us, I think we would have been married today. I'm not even gonna lie, because of just how he was with me. But like I said, horrible gift giver. But
Hate that.
but other
Duly noted.
because that's my love language. Is like,
I
baby,
hate that.
everything
I
but that.
hate
Yeah,
that.
like,
Just
damn,
open
you
up a
know,
gift and it's like, this is horrible.
this is
Thank
not what I
you.
asked for. Like, and I'm an intentional person. But I want to say about the longevity situation. I used to be one of those that was be in a relationship with somebody, and it's like, well, damn, you don't want to marry me? Am I not good enough? But then I wasn't loving myself properly, and so now that I'm so totally in love with Daisy that
Hmm.
that's not even a thing for me. It's kind of like I realize who I am. I realize my worth. And it's like if you see it in me, you'll, do what you need to do
Yeah,
to
you
make me
snatched that
feel,
up.
you know. And speaking of now, my current situation, um,
Currently,
currently dating, currently in a relationship.
currently dating
Um,
towards marriage.
Hello. He saw that like off the bat. That was like one of the big things he pointed out about me, but he's always been an intentional person. So he knew right off the bat, look, I want marriage. I don't want to be dating you for 10, 15 years and
Hmm.
that's just it. That's
Mm.
just a endless cycle. Like we're not building anything. Like what are we really trying to do? If it's just about sex and romance and it's like gone somewhere with it. But if it's like, okay, let's build a foundation. Let's, become this family and all of this. I'm with it. So,
Absolutely. We're building towards something.
And
hello.
do you think that it's because of the maturity of you and him now, like at the age y'all at, like you're able
But he
to?
old.
What's I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't want to put
He
him out there like
old.
that, but
I was like, dang,
He
Daisy.
old. I mean, I'm just no. I'm gonna say this. He's 10 years older than me, but he's always been like on marriage. Like he's always talked about marriage.
mm,
I, on the other hand, when I first met him, I was fresh off divorce. So,
you
like
was
I
trying to
said,
get back in them
it
streets.
wasn't even that. It was
Mm,
just my mental was not.
Yeah,
My
trying to
mental was like,
like
I need help.
repair.
Yeah,
I'm so hurt. Like you're gonna
Yeah.
hurt me too. And now that we got counseling, and we actually both go to counselors, not
Love it.
together yet, but we both are working on our mental health. Our communication is bomb. Like like literally today we were talking, and I was in the wrong headspace, and he was like, I love you, right? And I was like, I love you too. What's wrong? Like,
oh,
instead of me
Oh
just
wow.
being, you know what I mean? But he was like, you need to stop watching Maury. Like, I'm just telling you that I love
That's
you. And I was just like,
hilarious.
oh, okay. I love you too, boo. Because in my,
What's going
and he was like,
on?
yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, damn, are you about to commit a crime? What the hell? Like,
Please don't.
you know, that was my mindset. But yes, age kind of played a factor in it for me because, like I said, 25 I got married, 26 I was divorced. So
Yeah.
that was fast. But
yeah,
for him, he's always been on that. But he's always been older than me too. So yeah.
yeah. That's pretty much how it works. Um, but okay, so when we talk about time, something else that kind of sticks out to me is like when you approach the situation. Some people are coming out of previous relationships where they were loved incorrectly.
Ooh,
Hmm.
So when you have that situation, or which is key,
Damaged.
yeah, when you're having conversations at the very beginning, it's key that what I'm saying, that person is open and honest, and that you're open and honest with each other, so you can know what you're dealing with.
oh yeah,
Because sometimes it's not the fact that a person doesn't want to deal with somebody who's been in a bad relationship before,
right,
but they need to know what they're dealing with before they
yeah,
go into
Absolutely.
it.
Gotta
yeah,
be
So
honest.
yeah, so if you're honest with them, they love you or they're into you enough to help you go through that phase
right,
and get to a better you, so you all can start building on your relationship.
right,
Again, that's where that friendship part comes in,
yeah.
because during that time frame you're learning each other, you're learning more about each other, and you're learning
Absolutely.
about each other's history.
right.
So if because I mean, like Jackie was saying earlier, um DNA, what I'm saying, what's in your family. I posted the other day. I mean sometimes you need to ask the deep questions, like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
does pigeon toed people and knock knee people run in your family? Like if that runs in your family, I
You
mean,
gotta talk to me.
I'm trying to create athletes. I ain't trying to create,
Stop. The
it,
athlete, Jesus. I'm done.
First of
there's
all,
only two knock
I'm
knee
so
football
mad at
players I
you.
have seen that's out there doing it, and two NBA players. That's Kenny Smith knock knee. You know what I'm saying? And that's another one that's knock knee. But anyway,
But
you
the
need
fact
to
that
ask,
he just knows.
you need to ask
no,
you need
like
to ask these questions. Like these might seem like crazy questions, but these are things. Whatever comes to your mind, you need to feel comfortable enough
Yes,
with
it's
that person
important to
this
you.
is
to
true.
ask it.
It's true because
You
the
need
big
to,
thing
you
too,
need to feel comfortable enough with that person to ask them
Absolutely.
anything.
daddy issues, mommy issues,
You need to
abandonment. Like
you
you
need
need to be able to pick up on that. Like, hold up.
you need to know all that.
What has
What?
happened in your childhood? Have you gotten help from this? Are there some deep rooted scars? Is something going to happen later? Am I going to wake up with you choking me and you told me this happened?
Girl,
Like, I need to know what's
that
going
happened to me.
on.
That
Whoa,
literally happened to
whoa,
me
whoa,
with
whoa.
my ex-husband. That literally happened to me.
Military.
I woke up with him like hovered on top of me, and I was pregnant, mind you. And I was like, "What is going on?" He was like, "Shh, they're in here." Like he was having like a
An
moment.
He was
episode.
having an episode, yeah.
Yes, and I was scared as hell. Like, what the fuck is going on here? So definitely, like, and I never no working in mental health. First of all, I have a mental health background. Okay,
Hmm.
so I've worked at MHMR clinics and stuff like that. So you think that I would have been, on it. but I wasn't just young and dumb.
No, I think I wouldn't say young and dumb. I think a lot of times when people work in certain fields, when
Hmm.
you go home, when you leave the office, you
At
leave
the
work
house.
at work,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Absolutely.
you're not at home trying to self-diagnose and do all that stuff to your situation because you left
Right.
that at work.
Right.
So you don't think about that stuff. So I wouldn't say you were young and dumb. You just didn't think about it when
Like,
when you got
sir,
home.
I'm thinking it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this list a little bit. It's a pretty
Okay.
Okay.
extensive list. We won't get through all of it, I'm sure.
Ian and his list. Come on.
Yeah, my list. All
Always.
right.
Here we go.
All right. The first one on the list is, do you even know why you want to get married? I don't think a lot of times that people even think why I want to get married. They just know they want to get married. They love that person. But just ask. I bet you if you ask the other person, why do you even want to get married?
Hmm.
Oh, they're gonna say,
My dude,
Not the shoulder shrug.
he was like, um, my
I
That's
mean,
a
why do you want to get married?
that's a
right. My
tough question.
I want to get married because you want to get married. Now, my dude was very like, hey, marriage is like a contract of love. So he looked at it
It
like a
really is.
business, and I'm with that because I'm a businesswoman, and I said I'd never make the same mistake twice. In my first marriage, we didn't talk about finances. He didn't want me to work, and that was a big deal for me because I'm independent. I got to have my own coin. So me asking you for money is a problem for me. But being who I am now, I like the fact that my boyfriend is very like, hey, this is two incomes coming together. We're gonna like
Hmm.
it's like I didn't have to say nothing. He already had it laid out. So
that's what's up.
my whole thing, why I want to get married, number one, two incomes. What you mean? I love you, but this is a business, sir. Like we're trying to build some things up in here, okay? And another reason is because why not? Why
That's
not?
it. Why
Yeah.
not?
Why
Why
not?
not? I mean,
Yeah.
we're here. What else we doing? It's a lot harder. Like people, it's like it's to work on a relationship is a beautiful thing because one, like, I don't think you're ever going to be done working on it, and that's something that
Exactly.
cross with like
Yeah.
it's
Facts.
Celeste, this is a marathon,
Yep.
like he goes, I was looking at this like a sprint or like a race, like there was this end goal, and he was like, like this is like a
Mhm.
marathon. I have to really pace myself,
Yep.
being in this relationship. And once you get to like that sweet spot, and when you have those more sweet moments than not, it's
Mhm.
almost like, gosh, why would I want to be out here in these streets? Like, I don't want to be back out here in
I'm
these
telling you,
streets,
it's
like
it's not
at
what's up.
all. Like, it's not the what's up. It's just not what the girls are doing anymore. It's not
Honey,
what's happening.
I
And
honey.
think that's a good.
Pimping ain't dead.
I
I think
just
that's a
can't
good
do
Pimping
point
ain't
though.
dead. Don't lie.
I think that's a good point though. What she was saying about the marathon. I think people
Yes,
don't
it is.
people don't give themselves enough credit, and people not patient with themselves in situations, and they want certain things to occur in the marriage at a certain time frame, and sometimes it's just not going to
Mm.
occur.
You gotta be patient.
Yeah, you got to be
It'll
patient.
happen.
Yeah,
Yes,
things
exactly.
Yeah.
things will happen the way you need them to,
Absolutely.
and
And
the
it
timing.
has to be with the right person though.
Yeah,
But it has to be with the right person because my ex, he was not like, and I'm saying this is not, I'm not bashing him, he's not a bad person. It's just like that drive that I have with let's do this and let's just have our own thing. And his thing was
Yeah.
like, no, let's just get a job. And I don't understand. And the 401k, and that it's like, yeah, that's great and that's beautiful, but don't you want to leave like legacy, like something like that's for our kids? But that's not his thing, and that works with him and
Yeah.
his wife because she is like, let's go
She's
to work,
perfect.
let's do this.
Yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
just the dynamic is beautiful between them, and
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Just not for me.
Dang. I didn't.
yep.
I didn't ask why. Like I didn't think about like why I want to get married. Because I think I would have like this time. I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's why I said I think it's a really good
Yeah,
question
it
because it
is.
forces you to think. It
Mhm.
forces you to go
Yeah.
through a thought process of trying to answer it. Even if
Right.
you can't, you're gonna try to answer it. So
Right.
you're gonna go through that thought process.
'Cause
So
I
I
was happy single. Like the the good looking single guy that's going around the
Oh
First
marriage.
my
of
God.
all, first of
Not
all,
I was that guy.
single
Like, who was that? Who was
single
the
back
one?
then and single now is
It's
who
different. It's
totally
totally
single,
different.
okay?
Okay. These
Cause
girls out here are different
honey,
now. They
these
want the bags,
samples,
they want the hair, they
these
want the
samples,
money. Like, here's my
girl,
cash app. They want it. They want it all. They want it all.
you have to
They taking
That
believe
everybody's money.
these
that's
Everybody.
so
samples is
funny
all
that y'all say
insane.
that. Cause
Like,
if I was single, I would want the same thing. Pimping ain't dead.
I'm done.
oh, you was
Pimping
that dude.
ain't dead.
They was
What?
that was okay. That's why
Yeah, like
wait. That's why we get along. We see each
what?
other.
Like what? I'm
Wow.
Like,
giving you a TT.
oh,
You better
All
got
right.
it.
come respect it.
All right. The next thing on the list is people have to keep in mind that you're planning a marriage, not a wedding.
Woo,
I think people get
Facts. Oh my God.
infatuated with
woo.
the wedding, especially women. You know, you have this
Wait a minute,
grandiose
player.
wedding
Hold up.
that you no. That's what I'm saying. Hear me out. This
Okay.
is one of those situations where you can go back and forth with me, but I'm gonna be right here. When you growing up, not a lot of guys think about the whole marriage wedding thing.
We don't care.
Women are kind of taught and groomed that, right? So they have this wedding, they have the dolls when they're little, they have all this stuff when you cartoons.
Is
So
this
as you
what
going older, just hear me out. As you going older, you're thinking about what flowers you want, what kind of dress you want, and all that.
Who
Not
gonna
you,
be
not you
there?
too, but most women
How
they
many
they are. This
bridesmaids?
is a fact.
Because I'm like, I went to the courthouse.
No, this is a fact. Most women, they're they're
He's
they're
not lying.
they're
Like,
they're
statistically speaking, it's
yeah.
more of like
They want the
women are
grandiose
the
wedding.
ones. Yeah.
Yeah, they want
Yeah.
the grandiose wedding, the $50,000
We're
wedding
not like
dress,
that
and
because that's not how we were.
yeah,
It
y'all
was
not
just,
like
it's
I
a
that. But
wasn't
different
raised like
rearing.
that. Yeah.
yeah,
No,
a
I
lot
didn't.
of
I
these,
wasn't groomed for that. My mom was like, I remember her
Get your
distinctly
bag.
saying, "Celeste, people spend all this daggone money on a
Yep.
wedding and be like a cheap, like a worthless marriage. Like,
Yep.
forget that. Like, put
Yep.
something into your marriage." Like,
Yep.
she always told me that. That was something that just really, really resonated with me. And
nah,
in our second wedding, like, we just went and got married at the church. Told
that's
our
dope.
pastor it was good.
That's dope that your mom said that because that's another one. Like you say, put a pin in it because people put too much value into the wedding and not
And
Yeah.
enough
pressing
value
everybody
into the
else.
connection. You know what I'm
Honey.
saying?
Waste of
So
money.
yeah, waste the
Yes,
money.
It is a
it's
waste
for
of money.
everybody else. It has
Tell them, Jack, you
nothing
want
to
that
do with
money
you
though, because you
two.
want to come
Man, I
take
wish
pictures
I
at their
could.
wedding.
We'll
Yeah,
take
give me that bread. I'll
I'm
take that bread.
done.
I'll take it. Holler at your boy,
we
Jack
can do
Penny.
some engagement pictures and stuff. You can come to the courthouse and take pictures after we're done. But
Man,
I'm not that girl. I'm just not that girl. Okay.
that
Like
venue and that
when I
catering.
really think about like especially like now, like if and when this situation does occur for me again, I was like courthouse. Like I don't want all of that because I don't like
That's
half
a
the people
lot.
that are trying to come. Now, if it was like some fire session friends and the Daisy J show fans coming together
I
to the
come
I'm
through.
wedding,
down.
I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
If
But
that's an
I
invite, if
don't.
you're
Yes,
just throwing that
yes,
out there.
yes. No, for real. But like my family, I don't really f with them like that to be like trying to pay for them a
To
cake,
eat like that.
flowers, and stuff. Like not like I'm being real. Like I just no,
Well,
like
I think
no.
I think on the other side of this, like as we go forward, like somebody asked in the comments, Troy
Mhm.
Sims asked, "A large wedding still a thing?" And I
Yes,
think they are, but I think moving forward after a pandemic, like it's slowly gonna kind of
Dwindle.
tail off a little bit, and people are becoming more smarter financially now, and they
Hmm.
understand
you have to
that
be.
hey, we spending all this money, like I said, on average, I mean, I looked at things like people out here spending 30K on a wedding,
Oh yeah,
No,
it's expensive.
let me
30 to
tell you.
50K. I'm
It's
like,
very
ooh,
expensive.
I even was like, yo, we can go to Vegas.
Food
I was like,
alone.
we can go to Vegas. They got this chapel. It costs like five
destination
hundred.
weddings are a big thing
I got,
too.
we can.
Yeah.
They'll do a reception and everything. My dress
Yeah.
about $100. Your food will be about $100. Like I'm not going over $1,000 for this event. If this is what you're trying to do, I'm
Yeah.
not doing that. Like I want a
I
house.
mean, like, we
I
got to live
want
after this.
hello. Like I want to buy
I just,
land. I'm trying to buy more
yeah,
stuff for my show. Like what are you saying? Like no.
yeah, there's a lot.
Save up the income tax checks.
Hello. This
Not
Holla
save
at
the
your
income
boy.
tax.
Holla at your
is
boy, Jack
yep.
Cannon.
But
Save that
Please.
stimmy.
them
Save that
stimmies,
stimmy.
save them
Be me for them quotes, baby.
I'm
All right.
done.
The next one up is now this is one of the ones that I missed out on because I didn't do this long. It
stimmies.
says make sure you live life on your own first before
Mm.
you go into a marriage because you kind of got to know who you are as a person.
Yeah.
And you can't really do that unless you're like living on your own, you got your own place. You kind of, getting to know
Paying your own
yourself.
bills, paying
Yeah.
for your
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah,
Go
come
through
and
Clothes.
go
that
as you
process.
please.
Clean your own toilets.
I,
Yeah.
I
Ciao.
did that for a year. I did well less than a year. I did it long enough, and that was kind of like a big accomplishment for me because I was either living in a college dorm or having roommates. When I moved out on my own, and that was like a big stepping stone for me. I could pay my own bills. I'm mature enough to make sure it's getting paid on time. I got money saved to the side. Like I'm
Yeah.
living the lifestyle I want. The only thing I didn't do single was travel. Like I did, it wasn't
I
important to
did.
me as a thing. So I tell anyone, like, if you don't do anything else, fellas, get your homeboys. Y'all go to
Yeah, I
Mexico.
got to
Y'all
do
go to
girls
Yeah.
trips
y'all
and
go
stuff
to
single. That was
yeah,
fun.
yeah. That part is probably something I probably would have done, but definitely that was important to me for myself
Yeah.
because I didn't want anybody like taking care of me or doing things for me that I couldn't do for myself or not knowing how
Absolutely.
to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Facts.
True. True. I feel
Facts.
Absolutely.
The next one up on the list is huge.
okay.
We've had two shows on this.
Oh God.
Please.
You have to understand the other person's love language, people.
Oh
Oh
my gosh. That's what I said. Let me show you how I need to be loved.
This is
Stop
so
trying to love me how
important.
you want to love me.
I'm trying to tell you. Look. Okay. This is
So
big for me.
important.
My ex-husband was a horrible gift giver, y'all. Like, if I could like really show y'all these
She's
pictures
really
of
strong about
these
this.
kits that I got, like
Did you drop
I
hints? Like, how did
what
you aid in
first of
that?
all, my birthday on Valentine's Day. That's first of all. Okay. I don't have to drop in here. I'm gonna tell you exactly what I want. I want that fossil watch on page 3. It's black. It's got like I'm gonna tell you what I and this is the thing too. What I do for you is what I want in return.
I
Okay.
want
I
reciprocity,
treat you
please.
how I want to be treated. When I say
Exactly.
that, it's respect is in there, but it's like no, the gifts, bruh. Like if I got you an expensive ass watch or an expensive ass pair of shoes, or if I gave you some money for your birthday, give me some money.
Money, give me
Like,
That is funny.
don't make this hard. It's not hard.
It's
I've
really
dated,
not.
and I'm not comparing, but I've dated people. It was not hard. I drink. Buy me a bottle of liquor. The point of it is, I'm telling you what to get me. I'm telling you what to do. I'm
Okay.
giving you the blueprint. My love language is gifts.
And
I'm
even
a
if you
terrible
didn't,
gifter.
yeah, and even if you didn't do that, like the person should, that's part of the beauty of knowing the love languages, figuring it out, right?
Absolutely.
Paying attention,
No, I tell you.
listening,
I
Absolutely.
you know what
tell
I'm
you.
saying?
It's not a.
Watching.
Because women will tell you in
I
like
tell you.
Yeah,
very subtle and non-subtle ways, what we want and what we need. So just pay
Yep.
attention.
Man, I be looking.
Class is in session.
Oh, she
Like,
likes
dang.
sunset glow. Let me go get her
Like just look
a
around our
sunset
it's like
glow.
look around a
Yes.
woman's room. Just if
Hello.
especially a single woman. It's
You
like
like
look
makeup?
around. Just
Like,
look around.
bruh, it's not
Look at
yeah.
hard.
Daisy over there
It's not
doing them
hard.
little sneak drops.
I'm just saying. No. My man pays attention, honey. No,
I
no,
know that's
no,
right.
no, no,
You
no.
better tell him.
He,
My man pays attention, honey.
honey, he
Same.
knows. He like
Well,
gifts.
Same.
like I said,
Same.
I think the love language piece is huge, and like I said, for me personally, I've been married 20 years, and I didn't figure that out till maybe 5 years ago. What the love language was, what it was about, like that it even existed. So I've seen how that's helped me understanding not only the love language, but understanding my wife even more
Hmm.
because of that. So, it's huge, people. If you don't know your person's love language, you need to find it out.
Do
You
test.
need to go get the book.
Yeah, it's a book.
You need to
I
go
Yeah.
got the
to,
book somewhere.
yeah, you need to
I
read the
got the
But
book.
book.
you can go online and like do a little
Take the
test.
test.
Yeah, you can
Like
do the test, but the book is
it's
very helpful.
helpful. It's a good
Yeah.
Very,
one.
very, very
I
helpful.
agree.
So, because my thing is, like Daisy was pointing out, all too often people love you the way they want to love you and not the way you need to be loved because according to your standards. So people
Absolutely.
got to get out of that and trying to, because they get upset when they say, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I'm doing this
But
and
I
she
ain't
still
asked.
ain't
We
happy
didn't ask for
I
none
ain't
of
asked.
that.
because
Yeah,
she ain't
like
asked for that, bruh.
Yeah,
She ain't asked for none of that.
literally.
You doing it because you want to do it, but that's
for
not what
real,
she
you
needs.
wasting time. You're wasting valuable
You need to
time.
figure out what she needs. You need to figure out what he
Absolutely.
needs, and that's what's key.
Hmm.
And the love language will help you do that.
Yeah.
So that one was huge. And like I said, if you don't have that, go to the website, Google it. Love languages. There's a whole bunch of reading
Is
to
that
do. That
Gary? Is that who wrote that one? Gary?
yeah,
I,
something like that. I forgot his
Yeah.
name, but yeah, you can Google it.
Yeah, it seems like Gary.
It's a
It's
ton
a
of
lot of
information
different
out
books.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
yeah, it's a
ton of
couple of
information out
different
And
there.
it
ones. Hold on, let me.
focuses on where you are too,
He's
stage
really about to
wise.
go get this book
It
though.
focuses. They have one for marriage. They have one for singles. Like
They got one for work, for
Yep.
co-workers, and they
Yep.
got one for
Yes,
everything. So you can
yes.
utilize it in all
I'm about to look
aspects
it
of
up.
life. It's a beautiful thing, people.
Yeah.
So
He
check
get
that
it?
out.
Did he get it? Because I was about to look it up. I'm like, he got it.
My bad.
Yeah,
I thought I had it. I think this is one we used. There was one. I think this is it. If I'm not mistaken. It's in one of these books.
yeah,
It's in one. Of, it's in
but you
one of
can
these books.
you can go to the
Look at him.
website, or you can just Google love languages and all this information will pop up,
Yep.
and you
Absolutely.
can you can fall down that rabbit hole of information and read all day,
This is
have fun.
invaluable.
You
Take
gotta
this.
apply that stuff though.
You
Yeah,
do.
yeah, you have to
You
That's
gotta
a,
apply
apply
it.
that's
it.
a part of the
Yes.
foundation. We're not gonna get along if we can't get these love languages together. Like,
Facts,
Absolutely not.
facts. Okay,
absolutely.
so next on the list is huge, another huge one. Now
Uh oh.
we get into the meat of this.
Uh oh.
Okay, you've discussed the big three: money, religion, and sex.
Woo!
You have to discuss this. We know, these things are kind of a given in most relationships, right?
Mm.
Especially, the religion, the money,
The
and then the
religion and money,
sex.
for
But to
sure.
see, you have to discuss the sex too, because people don't understand if this person is a person that expecting to have sex even after marriage 5 or 6 times a week,
Yep.
and you only on some 2 days a week type stuff, that's gonna become a problem.
Hello.
Problem.
We instantly gonna have problems.
Yeah, so
Right.
that needs to be
Not
discussed.
instantly.
You
Put your
need
guns down. Put
10,
your guns down.
10, 10.
70%.
Thank you,
Look at that
10.
thing.
Thank you,
Look,
It's
10.
70% for
You
Daisy.
better
So
know.
it's crucial. So
I
and like
understand.
I said, that conversation needs to be had. The religion thing is interesting because I know most people, you're gonna date somebody that has the same religion, but there are times where somebody is not, and
Mm,
those are kind of different situations. And that needs to be discussed at length, because
it,
if you have a child with this person,
yeah.
and
Yes.
this child is being brought up, and it's going to become an issue at some point, because if
Absolutely.
you got a Christian and a Muslim,
Mm,
Muslim.
yeah.
that's going to become an issue at some point. So it needs to be discussed before it even becomes an issue, so we can already have a plan in
it's
place.
What the
weird.
face? What the face, Stacy?
I mean, we
Like,
can discuss it, but I'm just like, I'm just different, y'all. Y'all know, like, religion is big for me, but not like I don't harp on it
Right.
Well, it's not
because,
even. I don't think it would even really affect you. It's like your child, though,
yeah, like
but
the
I'm my
right?
upbringing.
kids, and
Yeah,
I'm just like, I'm raising them how I'm not gonna say how I wanted to be raised, but
But your husband, if you marry somebody that's a Muslim, having a sister that is Muslim, and her being married to a Muslim man, like the thought process and the way, like I will choose her husband for my nieces. I will choose her husband for her.
oh
I
no,
will
that
choose like, but you
yeah,
need to understand. But listen,
ain't happening.
but that is a part of their religion, and
yep,
if you
Yeah,
marry into that and you're not with that, that's a
yeah,
fight.
yep.
yeah,
Christmas, y'all love Christmas.
yes,
No Christmas. Ain't no
Mm.
Christmas.
we
Like,
do love.
like that's a fight. Like this is why religion is
I
important
meant more
in that
like
sense.
if they weren't practicing anything, and then you're practicing what you practice.
Oh, but no, then they'll fall for
You
whatever.
get
You
what
don't
I'm
want
saying?
somebody that don't
So it's
believe in nothing,
like,
though.
it's like,
I'd rather you be a Muslim than to believe in nothing. Like, and not listen, no, and nothing against a Muslim. Like I said, my sister's Muslim. I personally, being a Christian person,
mm-hmm.
for me, in my religion, and
Yeah,
my not even religion, I don't like that word, and
right.
my faith, in my relationship to
Mm-hmm.
be equally yoked is very important
Important. Yeah.
to me.
Facts.
I
And
like
I
that
will
verbiage better.
never
Yeah.
disparage anybody else. And like that's how my sister is raising her daughters, and I
Mm,
respect her and I
yeah.
love her for that. And that is which I mean that's just what that is.
It's
So
the verbiage for
yeah,
me.
the relationship is different. Relationships with God are different. I need to make sure that I can do that, and that whoever I'm with isn't like, you understand that that's not really right. You need to be praying to this person, or you need, like, don't be fighting me on this. Like, this is done. This is deep rooted
Yeah.
Southern Baptist, Louisiana. Like, I'm not going to
Yeah.
argue with you about Jesus today.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's I
Jesus
mean,
is the reason.
For the
that's a
season,
big,
boo.
big part of it.
I'm not going to
That's
And
argue
funny.
Jesus to
Yeah.
you today. I'm not.
yeah,
I'm not doing it.
That is so funny to me.
so yeah.
I just have to go against it to see where you're at. Like, what's up?
Well, see, my
Yeah.
thing is, I'll reiterate that people, this list that we're talking about and these things that we're talking about are things to try to help you avoid issues.
Yes.
So, some of this stuff might not apply to your situation. So,
Mm,
if not, then cool. But, to a lot of people, this does apply, and we're trying
Yeah.
to make sure that they, get these things discussed and talked about before they get too deep. Because
Yeah.
if you run into a question and you're talking about it and you say, you know what, this ain't going to work, you want to do that before you get married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause now it's a
Because,
contract you can't afford to get out of. And,
yeah, like,
Well,
yeah, like you
like when
can
I
get
get this
out of it,
bed,
but
I'm
it's
gonna
just
leave a
like,
motherfucker.
golly, who wants to deal with all of this? Like,
yeah,
really?
especially when you're deep. And that's the key. Like, if you get really deep in a marriage, I mean,
mhm.
10, 20 years,
We
you've
ain't getting
built.
divorced. What you mean?
But that's what I'm saying. No, but yeah, I mean, hey, you might say that, but I tell people all the time, I don't care how long you've been married. If it gets bad, you
What
got to
Oh
go.
boy,
abuse?
You
yes.
got to
Okay,
go.
abuse. Yes, but if it's like we just don't like each other after 20 years, you better go sit down somewhere.
Yeah, you better figure it out. We gonna
Go
like
sit
each
down.
other in about 10 minutes. Hold
Hello,
on.
go
Well,
sit
my thing is, at the end of the day, you got to be happy. And if you're not happy in the situation you're in, and it's the extended time that you're not happy, we're talking years.
down.
You cutting your lifespan short by with the stress and
Yeah.
all the other stuff you're going.
Are you
You
going
might
back to
need
that
to,
episode?
yeah, you might need to alleviate that stress. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just saying. I'm just saying. But
I
the
agree.
That
the next one on this, we're gonna skip down a little bit because
okay.
we want to make sure we get to the best ones. The
Yes.
next one I see on this list
Okay.
is huge.
Okay.
Another huge one. You have to make sure that when you get married, there is nothing that you want to change or try to change about this person.
Oh yeah,
Woo!
we've talked about this before, I think.
Yeah.
Woo!
Because
Jesus.
people have this thing where, well, when we get married, this is gonna change because he's this way now. But when we put these rings on, it's gonna change him. It's gonna change her. No, whoever you're marrying, that person you putting a ring on, that.
If anything, it's going
What
to
you got?
intensify. Like who they are is going
What
to
you got?
intensify that much more. It's
Yeah.
like, well,
I
I'm here now, and what? What you gonna do about it? You don't like
I
it, and
will
what?
say
What?
though, you people do change, but don't expect them to change because what I peep from people that are married, my married friends, hey y'all, hey, is that the ones that are happily married, they're growing and changing together.
Oh yeah.
But the other ones, hey y'all, she
Hey,
is like
y'all.
she is
Mm,
elevating and he hates that shit. Like he is not happy
I'm
about
sad.
her change, how she's growing. And it's
Man, that motherfucker better cheer
you
and
know,
get on that coattail and,
It's
hello.
it's
and
not for
elevate it.
everybody though. That
Man,
if
Yeah.
if
look,
that's not the type of man that he is, and he wants somebody that kind of plays the back, then that's who he should have married.
Yeah. And
man,
So
that
that's
boy
shame
better.
on him,
for not
and
discussing that
and
beforehand.
shame
You
on
really can't
her.
expect to change.
But
Like
shame on her,
everybody.
she don't see it. She needs
Well,
to
Yeah.
check
Yeah.
that.
well, I mean,
Women ain't gonna see that. Like,
well,
oh,
What?
Yes,
man.
Yes, we
you
Y'all
do.
broke
can,
up, but that's
They
why
what,
I
see
just
everything,
said
honey. I see
shame on her. She don't say
I
nothing because she
honey.
peaked. She been
hey,
peaked. That he's not supportive. You know, when a man is supportive, y'all are almost overly supportive. That's like when a man loves a woman, he loves her so much. Like it's like cross. I'm like I love. He's like I'm like I love you. He's like I love you more. It's like impossible. I'm like wow, you're serious. Like you really really love me. You're into me.
He
Like
do.
it just it's the same thing when the man supports you. he supports you. Like my dude
Yeah.
supports me, and it's like, babe, come on, get up. Did you do so and so today? How much? What did you do for your business today? What did you like? It's their support is there. So trust me,
Yeah.
she's not getting that, and
Yep.
she probably has a work husband or the homeboy that really wants to be with her. Somebody's
Uh-huh.
saying something to encourage her to
She
keep
goes,
going,
girl, I
and
hope
it's
you
not
watch.
just her. It's
I
not
hope,
just her girlfriends.
I hope you watching, girl. She just said that she don't even know you. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean
Damn,
that's I mean, like
that's
I
funny.
said, that's true, but also we want to make sure and the key thing is like Jack was saying earlier, they went through extensive marriage counseling. This is something that they usually would talk about in marriage counseling.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The fact that you got to understand that the longer you're with this person, you're going
Hmm.
to go through changes, they're going to go through changes.
Right.
Y'all going to change as people individually and as a couple.
Hmm.
So
Absolutely.
when you're going through those changes, you have to go into it understanding that these changes will occur. The person that you're married in 10 years from now, that's not going to
Not.
be the same person.
Right.
Nope.
20 years from now, that's not going to be the same person. You're both going to go through iterations of your
Ooh.
life and who you are as a person.
Yep.
So you have
Hmm.
to be mentally
Hmm.
prepared and ready for that. And that's what marriage counseling does. It
Right.
asks the questions that you haven't thought about and puts you in situations and mindsets that you might not be ready for, but at least you're thinking about it.
Right. Man,
Absolutely.
shout out to the
Absolutely.
dudes, man. Y'all better learn how to play that background, man. I'd be proud of my wife when she level up.
I know that's
I love
right. You
it.
That
better
shit
say
make me
that.
be like, dang, I need to, I need to step my
Uh,
game up so we could do some things. You know what I'm
I
saying?
love that.
I'd
That's
be
cute.
proud. So I just don't get it, man, because there's just like you a hater at the end of the day. Like you
Exactly.
hating on your wife,
That's
bro. Like
that's a
damn,
fact.
like I don't want to be friends with you, bro. You hate on your wife, man. You
Yes.
don't give a fuck about me. Like you say anything about your boy, like nah,
That's them dudes that love their friends more than they woman. That's what they.
man. Like I be
Think of the empire you can build. Think of what you can
right,
really,
right,
really leave
yeah,
your family if you were to come alongside your partner, this person that you've committed your entire life to. And
Yes.
like, wow, look what we did. Like when people and men and women and like husband and wives really come together, like it is dynamic
I
what
told my
they are able to do. It's beautiful.
I'm adding value to you. Like if
Absolutely.
I'm not adding value to
I
you,
don't want it.
we don't need to be
That's
together.
any relationship. I
Oh
had the
yeah,
same
facts.
conversation with my sister last night. I was like, you don't understand. If what I'm about to say, if it's not adding value to a person, I shouldn't want to say it anymore. Like, I don't want to receive it. I don't want
Nope.
to say it. Like, just what are we doing? Does it bring value?
Right.
Does this relationship, it's saying this value? If I do this, I think if people looked at life more like that, they would
Mm-hmm.
stop wasting so much of their own time.
Ooh,
And time is so limited
ooh.
on this earth. And it's just like, you are wasting valuable time and
Hello.
resources. You could be doing something else.
I know
But
that's
you,
right.
okay, go ahead. I mean, go ahead. What do you need to? I mean, that's just to the point that I am. And I
Yep.
mean, it's ridiculous. Like, value. If it's not value, we can't do it. I'd
Exactly.
give you best I can do is $2. It's the
Uh,
best I can
yeah. Not
The
$2.
do.
might be
Does
the
it block
last
out
$2.
won't
We
Might
block
be
need
the
out
to.
the
last two
sun
dollars.
or the face. Two fingers.
yeah, you crazy.
Yeah. All right. The next one on the list is you resolve conflicts together. I think this is
Absolutely.
key
Ooh, yeah.
because a lot of times when we have issues, and
Mm-hmm.
especially if it's not an issue that it might be a personal issue and you don't think that that person needs to be involved in helping solve it.
Oh,
Incorrect.
oh,
They
And
might
he
can't
said
solve it for
incorrect.
you. They need to be involved in the process though, because they're there to support you in everything that you're going through, everything.
don't
And
ask Stacy.
and
Don't
they
tell me nothing. Like don't tell me you got a problem because I'm trying to solve your problem. That's my
well,
problem with my friends now.
I think it's important to know because if a person, it's like they got something going on, it's just personal conflict,
Yeah.
and you could think like, okay, is there something going on with us? Like, is everything
Facts.
okay? Like, is this something you want to? Like, we'll have times and he'll just like our whole thing is we'll do a check in and be like, you all right? Like, I'm not on today. I'm just I'm just not on today. I'm not
That's
on.
dope.
I'm just
That's
not,
dope.
And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, so the other one knows, so we know not to take anything personal.
Yeah.
Like, we good. I love you.
We
Hey,
have
I
that love.
love you.
Yeah.
It's good. The affirmations are there, but it's like we need to
Yeah.
talk. What I have going on sometimes, it has nothing to do with him. Like
Right.
it's nothing, whatever, and nothing to do with him. I could have just had a bad dream. Like, like I don't know anything. I need to be able to talk about anything.
I
Conflict
definitely
resolution
think,
is what's
yeah,
important. If it's important to me, it
yeah,
needs to be just as important to you.
right.
And that's what
Facts.
men need to work on, that, because sometimes I think it's not always. I've had friends that's just like, I say it and it's just like he's not getting it. It's like, no, it needs to be just as important to him as it is to you. If it
Yeah,
bothers you, it's important to the relationship. It's the same thing
Facts.
for men.
Troy Sims said sometimes people just need an ear to listen, and that's exactly what it is. Sometimes you
Yeah.
just,
JC, don't fix it.
no,
yeah,
I'm
Don't
talking about with
fix
my
it.
friends. I said that intentionally, like y'all always calling me, and y'all be like, "I got this problem. Don't call me unless you want me to solve it, because you know that's how I am." I'm like, "I'm gonna solve it."
Got a problem? No, I'll
Yeah,
solve it.
right, exactly.
uh
But
oh,
I will say, with my dude,
That's funny.
I'm very upfront about my mental health, that I suffer from anxiety and depression, and so I know my triggers now. And so, like, even last week, I was having a bad day, like where I wanted to fight somebody, and so he was like, "You good?" I was like, "No, I'm gonna go on this walk because it's one of them days. I'm not
Feeling
feeling it."
some type of
And he was
way.
like, "All right, babe, have a good walk. Call me when you're done." Like, he know, like, hey, this is not, something's wrong, and vice versa. He has his days where it's like, he just needs to talk it out because he's a talker, and it's like, okay, just FaceTime and get some popcorn, and we're gonna listen to what's
I
going
love
on,
that.
you
Oh,
know.
girl, yeah.
But I'm gonna say,
What's
y'all don't
up,
know this,
baby?
but we're in a long distance relationship, so it's not like I get to see my dude every day. So
Yeah.
we have to FaceTime every day. We have to put in all the effort or whatever,
Keep
because
putting
Isn't
in the
that
word.
exciting though? Isn't
Okay.
that exciting?
you see that,
Like,
Look at
you see
that.
the
You see
glow.
it's just
glowing.
a little
Go ahead.
fire in there. I
Come
love
on,
it. It's so
mister.
exciting.
But no, it's just like we have to put in a lot of effort to, make this situation work. So if I gotta FaceTime you all day, then that's what it is. We're gonna
Yeah.
FaceTime all day long. But he values that time just as much as I do. It's not just damn, here she go again,
I think that's a good point you point out though, and I think people miss that. People often interpret as being there as physically being there, but sometimes it's
Mhm.
not physically being there.
Sometimes
It's being there for to listen,
mm-hmm,
to give
Hmm.
an encouragement word, like you were
mm-hmm,
saying, words of affirmation.
mm-hmm.
Maybe she just needs you to call her at work that morning and give her a word of affirmation to start her day off right.
Telling
Absolutely.
you, them random I love yous will have you like, wait, who's that?
Like, get you right. Get you so right.
And I'm talking, and it's not
What?
even
I
like not
love you
just the
too.
babe. We talked about this. Remember, Celeste, when they say babe, if they call you by your name,
Yeah.
like, what the hell? What I do?
What you call
Who?
me?
You
Like, I'm
know,
ready. I'm about to commit his murder. Like, who you
girl.
seeing? Who are you calling babe? Why did you just call me Celeste? What happened? What did
Right?
I do?
That is not my name. Quit playing with
Don't
me.
even turn
Like,
your back on me. And this, he knows. Like, if he'll turn over and I'm not asleep and his back is to me, I'm
bruh.
like in a minute,
Right,
like,
right,
I'm
right,
like,
right,
man,
right.
feelings be hurt.
Oh my God, this is
That's funny.
hilarious. This is hilarious.
Well, the last one on the list, and we're going to get ready to go ahead and wrap it up. The last one on the list is that you make long term plans together.
Woo.
Absolutely.
I think a lot of people don't do this. You
Nope.
make plans, but you don't
Mm-hmm.
necessarily sit down and have, I'm saying, these long conversations about where you see yourself in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years.
Yep.
Like, so you just kind of take it day by day and situation by situation. But I think it helps when you have these conversations because
Yep.
that person understands your mindset and where you're trying to go.
Right.
So that when you start making these changes, like we talked about earlier, and she starts leveling up and he starts leveling up, you knew this was coming because you talked about it
Absolutely.
before. You
Yeah.
talked about what
It's
your
no
goals were.
shocker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Just
not a
stop.
shocker. So
Stop
planning,
playing dumb, please.
yeah.
Please stop playing dumb.
Because I mean, you have some men that really like, well, what, that wasn't the plan. That pause. Whose plan? That wasn't a part of whose plan. That wasn't a
Yeah.
part of
That's the
you.
plan.
You
That's the
plan
plan
that
in his
plan.
head. The
Like,
plan in his
no.
head.
Be
But I
Yeah.
think
clear.
even if we discuss the plan, plans change.
They
Oh yeah,
do.
no
And
doubt.
as long as the change is something positive and something that's kind of going to get us to the next level as a family, you got to be open for those discussions.
True.
And just
Facts.
even for the plan we had, okay, yeah, we had this plan. Now we need to come out and sit down again and reevaluate this plan
Right.
because some things have changed. So,
Right.
I think that's important too. But planning is optimal. Planning is
Yeah.
optimal in business. Planning is optimal in parties. I mean, planning is just teaching.
Period.
I have to
Yep.
plan. Like being a parent, you have to plan for things. It's essential in life. So it's definitely something you have to do with your partner.
Right.
Absolutely.
Facts. And
Yes.
at the end of the day, I think people need to understand what we talked about earlier in the show, and I think Daisy pointed this out, is people have to understand when you get married, it is a business acquisition. You have to look at it that way. You have two businesses, you have two companies merging,
Mm-hmm.
right? You got
Absolutely.
assets, you got things, and you also have to have plans for down the line where you see
Yep.
Hmm.
where do you see this company in 10 years? Where do you see this
Yeah.
company
Yes.
in 20 years? You know what I'm
Well,
saying? Where do you see yourself in this company? You know, those type of situations that we laugh about now and we think about when we're at work, we have these
oh, but
conversations.
it's
We do.
true.
It's
You
true
need to
though.
have these same conversations in your marriage because
Absolutely.
you're building something.
Are you?
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You're building something.
Yep.
You're adding subcontractors and
Yep.
things of that. You know what I'm saying? As you go along,
Yep.
you're sprouting out little companies, so you have to have a plan for them.
Yep.
Sprouting
So
out little companies. I love
Yes.
yeah,
that, Ken.
so
I
Oh,
love
that's
it.
funny.
I
so
love
that's the
that.
way we
He's
have to
just a
look at it.
lovey little cornball, ain't he? Just
I love that. You're
yes.
sprouting out little
Yes.
companies. That is the cutest thing I've
That's
ever
the
heard in my
cutest thing ever,
life.
right?
Oh
Yes.
my
Hey,
God,
Freaking
Ken.
Kenneth Boston. Freaking
Give
Boston.
you a hug. That was adorable.
well, I'm just saying, man, that's how we have to look at it now because I don't think, in the past, a lot of people had that mindset. But
Mm-hmm.
as we move forward,
Absolutely.
we got to
Oh no.
have that business mindset in everything that we do. And we don't have to treat the marriage like a business. Now, that's not what I'm saying. Don't
Oh
Right.
no.
misunderstand me
Don't do that.
and say that it's cold and, things like that. It's like
Distant, no.
but you have to think of it structurally
Right.
as a business and you have to conduct yourself as such to make sure that the business stays afloat
You need to move
Right.
on a linear structure here. What are we doing?
and and that the company continues to grow.
Amen.
You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So, hey, that's what I want to. I'm 10, 20 years from now. I want to look back and say, okay, I got some grandkids. I put this in
Oh.
place. I had this
Oh,
going, to be able to say, like they say, a legacy. You're building a legacy. So that's the way you got to look at it.
Go ahead, Ken dog.
At the
you're
end of
just
the day,
horrible.
I
I'm
didn't,
gonna
I didn't grew up. I didn't grew up.
No.
I'm not that silly little fella no more.
Daisy.
That's my dog. That's my dog. I be
That's
have moments.
hilarious.
I'm like, that's my dog. Oh
I
Y'all,
love that. That was
but the
cute.
Ken y'all see today, man, it's some growth. This is growth. And see, this is what we're talking about. People change, people go through things, people grow.
my God.
So
Absolutely.
you have to give them
Are we
time,
blessed?
you have to give them opportunity to grow. So that's what's key.
Yes. Room.
But we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Every week we do around the bend where we give everybody an opportunity to say something to close out the show and give you their contact information just in case you want to follow those individuals. We're gonna start with Miss Celise. Give us something to close it out. We know you got something good, Celise.
Yes.
Celise always hold on, y'all. Let me tell you something. Celise always has something poignant to say
Ah,
at the
that's so
at the end of the
funny.
show. You know what I'm saying? So
That's
y'all,
oh.
when we close it out, listen.
Pay attention.
Celise.
Wow.
Y'all put the punch on it, like
I mean,
that'd be
wow.
good.
Um, I'll definitely say this. I mean, and I have to touch on this because I just have to because I'm that person. Um, the world is what it is right now. So I just want everybody to make what they need to make out of this world because no matter what, I feel like we still gonna have hatred. We still gonna have people that are just disgusting and vile for no reason. But you
Amen.
really, really cannot let that stop who you are, and you cannot let others affect your happiness.
Woo.
And I meant what I said. If things in your life, and that's family members, if these people aren't bringing you real value, not someone you can use, if these people aren't bringing you real value, then you got to be able to just kind of walk away and know when to say enough is enough. 2021 is enough of letting people waste your time. No one can waste your time. Only you can let someone waste your time.
Hello.
So be blessed. Definitely be on the lookout. Stay out of Capitol government buildings,
Amen.
and you won't be on a no flight list. And stay tuned. Like I said, something is definitely it's coming, y'all, and I'm
Yes.
so excited. And I wish I could just
Yay.
say it to y'all now, but I can't. But it's definitely coming. So y'all know, love, light, and energy. I love y'all always, and
Oh,
blessings.
That's what's
yeah,
up.
that's my
My
dog.
man Jack Cannon. Let the people know something.
Jackie.
Man, y'all should have let me go first. That's a tough one, man. But no, man. All seriousness, man. It's funny because when I'm the old guy around the young people, so I always get that like a couple people, I guess, at that age where they want to get married, I guess, whatever. But man, if you don't do anything else, man, that asking why you want to do it, man, key into that, man, and just like the little advice that I have, man, just make sure you ready for yourself. Like you could take care of yourself, and you just gotta understand. Like you fall on hard times, you
Right,
fall on hard
right,
times. Like it's no abandoned ship. It's different stuff like that. So it is a true partnership, and if you're not down with that, then just leave it alone, man, because you'll be married and divorced real quick. So
mhm.
Hello.
like
Real quick.
marriage is it's fun, it's beautiful, the kids and the Facebook
Companies.
posts and stuff. And like, oh, I see Jackie Facebook, I want to be married.
The matching pajamas on
Yeah,
Christmas.
like nah, man, it's
I
more
will
than that,
never.
man. It is
I will
more than that,
never.
man. Because it be
I will
times,
never.
man, my wife be getting on my nerves in my head, like she don't be doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? It be like, I should get on my damn, and she don't do anything.
I'm
Like,
finna cry.
you know what I'm saying? A lot of it be me and probably like my attitude of what I got going on in some days and stuff like that. So just like stay out of other people's lane, man, and
Mm.
just understand like if you want to be married, like
Right,
it's always going to be some kind of continuous struggle, some continuous fight, and if you're not willing to do that, then don't bother with it, man. Don't look at it. I mean, you can have your happily ever after or whatever that is to you,
right.
but what Jack got going on, you know what I'm saying? It's different
Tell him,
from
Daddy.
for the next person and stuff like that. And I'm just saying that to the homies because they be asking me like, man, Jackie make that shit look good. Like, yeah, Jackie smile all the time too when I'm pissed off. So, you know, it's just how you wear your crown and how you feel, man. And
Facts.
and how you choose, like when you choosing to be happy. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, me and my wife, we good. Like, we got a good friendship. We got a good
I
relationship. But
love that.
it be times where it's like, I just be want to get the hell on somewhere
I'm
and go
sorry.
off in the
I'm
wilderness and be
sorry. I didn't
lost.
mean to laugh that loud.
No, 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 not in the bad way. Like I'm a loner. I like to go. I like to pack
Right,
up. I like to
right,
leave. I like to spur the moment. Like, oh, I'm gonna go over here and I'm gonna do this. And
right.
I'm gonna kick it with the homies and stuff like that. And in some cases, that's some of the sacrifice that I have to make as a person that like to be gone all the time.
Right.
I can't do that with the wife and three kids and stuff
Mhm.
like that. So
Mm.
you gotta make sure that if once you decide that, just make sure you all the way in it. Oh, and old heads, man, quit lying to these kids, man.
For
Tell them the
real.
truth, man.
Facts.
True.
Tell these cats the truth. Like keep it
For
fake
real.
with them, man. Don't be hitting them. Are you ready? Are you sure? You sure? Nah, tell them why you saying that
Not
shit.
the
Like,
voice.
Are you
man, nah,
sure?
nah, because I had people hit me with that, like, you sure you ready? And they don't tell you why they saying that. Like
Right.
they had something in their marriage that went in a
Led
different
them to that
direction that they
point.
wasn't feeling, and it made them feel some type of way, and they don't
Yeah.
disclose that information. Maybe it's an ego thing, it's an embarrassment thing, or it's whatever, but you that might be a like-minded person and they might not be built for marriage. So come off that old school, right? Come off that information, man. Don't
Mhm.
don't don't do that. Don't do
Yeah,
that.
that's
You might
kind.
you can
That's
might
kind of low key scary. It's like you
yeah.
you you telling me that you warning me about something, but you ain't telling me what you warning me about.
Right,
Right.
right. Like you telling me, you let me know with some stuff down there, but you're not telling me what's around the corner. Like let me know what I need to prepare and build for, or say, hey, you know what? I'm better off in the moment or at the age or whatever position I am now to be by myself. I might need some more growth. I might need some more, or I might need to be looking for somebody that's for me. So
Facts.
Facts.
yeah,
All.
so just that part. I don't want y'all to like, man, Jackie don't like his wife, man. What's wrong with you?
No one thought
No,
that,
Had to be in my
Jackie.
DMs
Jackie.
and shit.
No
Just
one thought
being
that.
Nah, you
honest.
good,
Had
bro.
to
We
be
No one
in.
appreciate
thought that.
your honesty. Like, no, not at
No one
all.
thought that.
And make
I,
sure you tell the people how to get in touch with you, brother, because you got
yes.
Man,
some good stuff going on.
Man, well, you know what I'm saying. I had to switch my Facebook. Your boy got hacked, so I'm Jack Cannon on Facebook for the people that's on Big Ken watching live. You know what I'm saying? That Facebook, Jackie never satisfied ransom is hacked. Report that motherfucker. You asking for money, and I
I
didn't do
love
that.
it.
But always you can follow me on Instagram at Jack_Cannon_photography. If you want to book, reach out to me, www.jackcannonphotography.com, or you can hit me on my business cell, 214-713-3832, and book with your boy. I will snap it up. You hear me?
Yes.
Snap it.
Get his number like sliding across.
Snap it. Yeah,
Facts.
right. Doodle that thing across so I can make it. Cause I listen, cause I need them customers. I know them say y'all got them stimulus checks.
Mhm.
Y'all starting
I'm
them
done,
business.
Jesus. I'm
You
about to log off.
need some business headshots, baby. Get that business off the ground. You need some media.
Stimulus check. Hey.
Facts.
Boy, spend that
I
spend.
hear you.
Boy, I got you.
I might call you though.
Yeah, boy, I do
Girl, we
family.
finna create this Lizzo photo shoot. I hit him up today. Hey, I'm gonna do
Lizzo.
a
Oh,
Yeah,
cheat
okay.
sheet.
bring them.
All right, Daisy J. What you
Hey
got to
y'all,
say?
it's your girl Daisy J from Pleasant
Hey,
Grove. No, I'm playing. Okay. Um,
Okay.
so y'all know I'm from Pleasant Grove. Quit playing. Okay, so first of all, as far as this marriage conversation, if you're ready or not, the one thing I did want to say is that if you love your woman properly, then she will be 10 times the woman that she was at the beginning.
Hmm.
Also, with that, stop dating and marrying other people's wives. You know that that girl is a wife, but she not your
Your
wife.
wife.
You know what I'm saying? So that would, that would kill a lot of confusion because it's men out there with these gifts. I'm
that's
just
so
saying,
funny.
Yes, girl. This me
out
just throwing
there,
something at it for you.
it's men out there with these gifts, and they know what a wife look like. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
they know that that ain't they wife.
Yes.
That's somebody
Yes.
else's wife. Also from my
Yes.
man,
Damn, she's
I have to
freaking
say this
over
from my man. This one thing that he told me straight up, and it was real. What Stop going off of what God has for me is for me because you might not like what God has for you. Okay. Again, my name is Daisy J. My page
He
is
gonna give you what you need, without what you want.
hello. So my page is the Daisy J Show. You can also follow me on Instagram if you like. It is I am Daisy J. I do screen. I don't do the 4 inch. I don't do stocks. I don't do none of that. Okay. So I block y'all like every day. I block 5 of y'all a day.
Blocked.
Delete.
Um, I am on Spotify now. Okay, and I dropped the episode today that is on Spotify. So go like, share, and subscribe on Spotify.
Love
So
it.
you can get you a little Daisy J, and you can also go subscribe my other page. I mean, my other show that was on Spotify. It's still out there. That is demanding a better me, so you can get to know single Daisy. And now we doing relationship talks with Daisy J. So
Yes.
Daisy J
Grown
is
up
a,
Daisy.
and who
Let me just
knows?
adjust your crown,
You
please.
know,
Let
you
me just
know.
adjust it.
Next year it might be marriage talk with
I
Daisy
know
J. Who knows? The sky's the limit. This
there.
beat is Juvia's Place. These
I love
eyelashes
it.
are actually by the crayon case. They sell lashes. I don't have a promo code, so go get you some lashes. Ken.
Yes.
Well, I didn't talk enough tonight, but the thing I want to really leave with y'all is be real from the beginning. That's
Hmm.
the Be real and transparent. I know it's scary, people,
Whew.
and it's something that it's hard to do. But
Amen.
if you get to a point in a relationship and you really care about this person, you got to have those hard conversations. You got to have those things that you talk about that you're uncomfortable with, because if you can't be comfortable with that person, if you can't,
Hmm.
what they told me, if you can't accept the uncomfortable truth from a person that you're supposed to be comfortable around, you're gonna
Babe.
have problems down the road.
Hello, somebody.
Period. So at the end of the day, I think we gave you enough information tonight. If you
Yes.
missed this episode, you can go to the 5 Session Podcast page on Facebook
Yeah.
and look at all of the past episodes, including this one, and get this information. Now, if you're looking for Ken, you can reach me at Big Ken's Comedy on IG, Big Ken's Comedy on Twitter,
I
Big
love it.
Ken's Comedy on Facebook. You can look up my name, Kenneth Boston, on Facebook, and I do go through your page when you send me a friend request. It's like a job interview. I don't
Mhm.
want you to be my Facebook friend if you're whack, or if
Mhm.
you're trying to sell me
Absolutely.
something, or if you're trying to hack me. I don't want any
Lord.
of that. So, hey,
No.
we do our due diligence, we do our work, and at the end of the day, we'll close it out.
Yes.
And we just want to make sure that at the end of the day, you understand that we want to bring you a great show every week.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So if you got topics that you want us to discuss, send us the topics. Believe me, people send me topics and we talk about them.
Yes.
And they hit me up after and they was like, man, I didn't think y'all was going to ever pick my topic. Sometimes we got to get around to it. You know,
Bro,
we got a list.
literally.
But we try to get the right people on to fit the topic. And Daisy J's HR, and she
Don't put
does a
all that
great
on me.
job.
All that on me. I am HR, but
So but at the end of the day, people, we want to bring you an awesome show. So
Like,
if there
Daisy.
You
if
gotta
there
watch Daisy. She tried
yeah
to hit me one time. Like,
if there are things that you
damn it.
all want to see or talk, you
better
want
not.
to see us talk about on the show, y'all hit us up and let us know those topics. But at the end of the day, we're gonna let y'all get up out of here. And always remember, when you tune into the Fire Session Podcast, it's not lit, it's fire.
Yeah.
Peace.